Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake It's Me, and today is the Saturday check-in. It is November 16th, 2024, and thanks for hanging with me. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, and then head on over to podcast.hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the podcast that is updated every Thursday. Then head on over to hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the blog. Make sure that you follow me on all the different social medias, and then head on over to check out my upcoming book, and that is Carpe Diem Scrota 365 Daily Affirmations at www.cdsthebook.com. So, how is everyone? And welcome to Saturday. If you've been following along for a while, you would have known that this Saturday, today, was supposed to be my book launch. And because of some unforeseen circumstances and things like that, it didn't happen. The book launch is going to be happening December 12th, which is a Sunday. So, kind of excited about that. And I have a lot of really yay news about what's coming up with the book. But one of the things is that my editor and I have finally gotten a copy that we were able to put together for the paperback. So it looks like everything is still on for I keep wanting to say July and December 8th. So yeah. I had to tweak the book cover like 15 different times. I'm not even joking around. Like, just making these tiny fraction of an inch or like 6 or 7 pixels moving things around to get the book cover fixed, and finally was able to do that. It literally took me almost 2 hours to like get it all situated and fixed, because the first time I uploaded it, it's like, oh, you need it to be in this size, and it was like, we'll say 14.967 by 9.438, and what I uploaded was 14.677 and 9.163 or some shit like that, and it was like, okay, so how am I going to stretch everything while keeping the integrity? And so working with Photoshop, I don't have the newest version of Photoshop. I'm actually using a version of Photoshop that is like 21 years old. I'm using Photoshop CS2. Yeah. I know that the newer Photoshops have like all these amazing capabilities and you're able to do all the things and blah, blah, blah. But I know Photoshop CS2. I've used the newer Photoshops and I'm just like, yeah, this is for somebody with them advanced Photoshop skills. Now, I'm pretty damn good when it comes to Photoshop, but I know that there are some people out there that could just like go bam, bam, and like this beautiful digital art has been created. I'm not that person. I can do medium editing to pictures. And the other reason that I use Photoshop CS2 is because it's the Photoshop that I was trained on back in college. And Photoshop CS2 is free now because it's so old. And so I have like 4 or 5 bootable images of CS2. And along with CS2 comes all the other packages that was part of that suite at the time. Same thing with my Microsoft Word. My Microsoft Office that I use is from 2013 or something like that. And yeah, so I use old software to do new stuff with. I do have access to Microsoft 365 because I have an Outlook account, and with Outlook you get access to watered down versions of the entire Microsoft suite. But I just install the 2013 version that I have, call it good, and I still use for making my websites and stuff. I still use Microsoft Front Page from what was it, like 99, 2000, somewhere between 99 and 2002. And they don't even make Microsoft Front Page anymore. But again, it's a program that I know. It's a program that I've been trained on, and I can do everything that I need to in that program that like people today can do with like bigger, better programs. When I was going to college, Dreamweaver was like one of the industry standards, and I know a little bit of Dreamweaver, but not enough to like actually create anything now. And I just never liked Dreamweaver. It was all about Microsoft Front Page for me. So anyways, yeah, that's more than you needed to know about freaking my archaic computer knowledge. But yeah, it's this week has been a fairly decent week. With the exception of Tuesday, I was just really tired Tuesday and not feeling it. But I think I'm doing a lot better. Is my depression completely gone? Absolutely the fuck not. But I'm pushing forward, and I am talking to everyone and anyone who will listen. And still doing the cold plunges. I did one yesterday, so if you follow along on Instagram, you saw the video of the before and after. And yesterday it was 32 degrees outside. I had to chip ice off of my car in order to get into the son of a bitch to drive down to the beach, where it was so cold that there was fog forming on the water. So that was fun and interesting. And it was, the other thing that was interesting was when I got into the water, it was actually warmer than the outside air. And I was just like, how is this even possible? But yep, got right in. took me less than 45 seconds to get all the way up to my neck, like right here where I'm swimming. And I I know that it's the salt water and like living water and all that other stuff. So, you know, I have to force myself to be this far deep, but I'm usually like this much out of the water, just naturally floating because of the buoyancy. Well, because I'm buoyant and how the salt water does and all that other stuff. So, but it was a lot of fun. Got to meet somebody new yesterday, so that was really cool. And then after all of that was said and done, I met up with my friends and hung out with them for a little while. And they were a little concerned with some of the stuff that was going on because when I jumped in the water, it felt warm ish at first, but I was still, shivering while in the water. And they're like, Michael, this water is pretty warm. This is like lukewarm bath water. And I said, yeah, for me, it's freezing cold right now. And they're like, that's not okay. And so I'm like, yeah, well, don't know. So, there's where we were at, there was a sauna, and I went and I sat in the sauna, and it didn't even feel warm in there. I was just like, okay, okay. Not a good thing, I guess, but whatever. I enjoy doing the cold plunges. Now, the only time that I do not like doing them is when it is windy and when it is raining. Um, we have we're already expected to get snow um, within the next like couple of weeks. It has already been snowing up on the mountains, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do with snow and cold water and having to get out of the water, get put it or get dressed, and then come home or go into town, because you've seen the videos that I've posted both here on YouTube and on Instagram of like how shitty our roads get from the snow. So, yeah, it's going to be very unique and very interesting. But yeah, so last night, the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. Let's get into that, shall we? I know a little bit of the backstory. So the fact that like they dragged it out for, I think it was 8 rounds, was pretty impressive, but also kind of expected. And um I'm not a huge sports enthusiast. I don't watch a lot of Ultimate Fighter or um, MMA or any of that other stuff. The only reason I went to watch it last night, honestly, is because I was telling people to show up to the bar from home. And I'm like, well, what does this look like if I'm not even there? So I showed up at the bar. I took a bunch of pictures of people and like people playing pool, people like watching the fight. Hung out for a few minutes and talked to some of my friends that were there, some people that I hadn't seen in a while. And yeah. And then I just came home because it was way too peoply for me. But so Jake Paul, quote unquote, officially won, but did he? Like, it was a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. It's like either he lost and got beat up by an old man, or he won by beating up an old man. And it's like, plus there's also a lot of backyard dealings and stuff like that, where Tyson was going to, well, this is like hearsay, so I don't know for sure, but this is what I've heard. But that Tyson was backing Jake Paul's media company, and that the money that was going to be raised from the fight was going to go to helping Jake Paul, like, build his stuff up. So I don't know. Something kind of fishy. Like, why are you fighting these older boxers when they have 20 plus years on you? It's like, so anyways, it was interesting to watch most. Well, I didn't watch most of the fight. I watched just a little snippet here and there because I was too busy talking to people and taking pictures and stuff. But yeah, also, there's kind of a sensitive topic that I need to talk to everyone about. And I probably should have done this at the beginning of the video, but it is definitely going to be at the forefront of the Wednesday video and the podcast. If you are a member of the LGBTQIA plus community, it may behoove you to change your sexual orientation on your medical paperwork, if possible. I know a lot of times that it is a voluntary information, but I highly recommend changing your orientation on paperwork, because with all of the things that are happening in legislation and stuff that is supposed to be coming up come January, you don't want to be treated or mistreated by a doctor who puts their personal beliefs and their political agendas ahead of their oath of ethics. And it's a very difficult thing to medically return to the closet, yeah. But, if you live in a red state, hell, even if you live in a blue state, there's that talk of taking away, like, therapies, taking away medications and services and stuff for LGBTQIA people. And should you have to go back into the closet? No. Should you have to worry about these things? No, you shouldn't. But there are uncertain times, and at least for the next 4 years, it might be a good idea to just change things around if probable. Now, trans people, I am absolutely sorry. I don't know of any way to kind of skirt the situation. because there's a lot of medication and therapies and whatever else that is specific to your community and to your healthcare needs. But if you do have your orientations listed on paperwork, see about changing them just to kind of CYA, cover your ass, you know. And after these next 4 years, you can change it back, but yeah, think about it. I mean, it's not going, this isn't medical advice. This is just practical, cover your ass just in case advice. So I hope nothing comes of it. I hope that nothing changes for the community. I hope that nothing really gets, that bad where they see that your sexual orientation is, bi, gay, lesbian, whatever, that your pronouns are he, she, they, them, z, whatever. You may even want to change your pronouns on your paperwork just because you don't want anything to be used against you while getting your treatments. Now, if you are already with a primary care doctor who you trust, that's one thing. But if you have to see multiple doctors across a lot of different networks, it might, just do with that information as what you will and think about it, because the last thing you want to do is have someone treating you with their political and religious agendas versus their medical know-how and their Hippocratic oaths. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. And check me out in all the different social medias. Links are down below. And I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.